Hey guys. Hey all, we'll be starting shortly. Hey guys. In the meantime, you can say hello in the chat so I know you've joined. We'll just wait a few minutes. Hey guys, good to see so many of you joining. If you have any questions at any time, just type in the chat, okay? I'm gonna try to address the questions. And let me know if you hear me loud and clear. Also, you can change the quality of this stream. You can watch in HD. So if it's unclear, switch to HD. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. We're gonna start with the typical brief information for the beginners because this is not the advanced webinars for the beginners. We do advanced webinars as well, of course, and we do advanced price action as well, but not in this webinar. But we're gonna cover some basics, and we're gonna look at some charts as well in the end and answer some questions. So at any time. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay guys, we're gonna start. You can type your questions, and regarding trading, I'm gonna answer them at the end, about charting and trading in general. I see already we have some questions. I'm going to try to answer them in the end, please. About charting, technical stuff, we can do that in the end, okay? So let me just give you the introduction real quick for those of you who are very new to binary options. We are binaryoptions.suck.com and Community Traders. This is Community Traders, the forum, okay? So all the traders who are trading the binary options are here in the forum, and the forum is connected to binaryoptions.suck.com, which you can find here. And you will find a lot of articles about anything, basically about binary options, like money management, latest news from regulators, what's changing in the world of binary options, strategies, especially recommended brokers. Selecting brokers is very difficult. You want to have something that other traders are happy with, and the good thing with us is that we have also the forum, so you can actually double check and don't need to just take our word for it. You can look and see what other traders in the forum are using, what kind of brokers, and ask them, see if they're happy. You can check in the trading diaries in the members war room. I actually help a lot of traders here, so if you join the forum, which you should definitely do if you want to get better, become a better trader, go to the forum. You will find a lot of traders here. I try to give people as much as feedback as possible in their diaries, try to improve about their whatever entries, expiries, using price action. So you will see how traders improve their diaries. And you can also win the contest of the best technical trader here, trade of the month. And a few of our students here have actually done that. They're doing a great job, and more and more are getting better. So join us in the forum. It's free. It takes a few minutes to sign up. I've done a video about how to sign up on that too. And again, on the main site you can read our reviews, see what other people say, and also most importantly, go to the school. If you're very new, you're gonna have a lot of basic questions. You should definitely go and watch the school, read through it. It's gonna take some time. Some things you may already know, other things you might not know. So check to see what you need to know, like about account managers. Should you listen to your account managers? Yes or no? You can find that out in the school. Should you use martingale strategies? Yes or no? You can find that out. Is it bad for you or good? Technical strategies, technical analyzers, you can find all that here, and then you can test yourself. We have a fun test actually to do, so you can find out if you actually learned or not. Let me know, stop me if something is unclear, please let me know. And about brokers, real quick here, because some of you might be confused, like why is my broker different in prices. I get this question pretty much every day. We get that in our forum every day about prices, because the thing is that all brokers come with different platforms. For example, here if we go back, each broker has a different type of platform. For example, 24 Option has a unique platform. They recently changed it to their own platform. You can select, I'm going to show you here for really soon, but then you have, for example, Airx, another platform. They also made their own platform, so it's different. The price is going to be different, the expiry selection is going to be different, the assets can be different, One could be good. For example, Eric's is really good for short term. 24 option is good for intraday, and so every broker has their own benefits. We want to check that out to see which suits you. Read the reviews carefully before you move on. And any questions so far? Are you guys? Is everyone familiar with brokers here? That the prices are different because every broker has a different price provider. That's why your MetaTrader's prices are different from the broker. So when you go to your broker's charts, might be a pip of difference, and that's acceptable. Okay, so if the fifth decimal is, I'm going to show you here, the last decimal here, from 0 to 9, almost a pip here. That's okay, nothing wrong about that. And you're gonna see that most of the time you have slight difference, and 1 pip is acceptable. Depends on which broker you're connected to. Who uses MetaTrader? How many use MetaTrader? This is MetaTrader 4 that I'm showing you right now. So if we move on from brokers to MetaTrader to charting, good. Looks like many people are familiar with MetaTrader. Thanks for answering, guys. So I remember some of you guys are from my Skype group. Good to see you here as well. We can talk about trading at the end. So here you see MetaTrader. So the first thing I do is to load my template. I already have a template saved up. You see, I can quickly get a clean, nice chart ready that I can use for the trading. So why do we need a chart when we have the broker's platform? Anyone? Can anyone say why we need that? I know for some of you it's obvious, but I know some of you might be very new or watching this webinar about binary options for the first time. You don't know, why do you need MetaTrader? You have the broker's charts already, right? So why do we need that? Anyone? Okay, so obviously we need here's the broker's charts, for example, the 24 option charts here. As you can see, you have you can have candlestick charts as well if you want. You can switch to candlesticks here. Yeah, exactly. Well, there are some okay, so I get from the students that because MetaTrader has technical tools, you can do analysis, indicators, set up strategies, or maybe the broker's chart isn't good. The thing is that it's always good to have two sources for comparison, and you can compare and see if your prices are correct, and compare the prices to broker and your own charts. Now we can see here we are just pippets in difference, so this is really good. We have really similar prices. So we have Euro USD here is within a pip, even pippets away the price. So this is perfectly good, right? And also on MetaTrader, I mean, it's easier. I mean, we have a bigger chart. If we go back to MetaTrader, I don't know if you could see the price difference, but it was really small within the limits, within the acceptable limits, and that is really good. So we need MetaTrader because we have bigger charts, more history. We can scroll back a lot. We can switch between among multiple time frames, and exactly as Lawrence says, we can get more details out of it as well, thanks to that. So obviously we need charts, and we can do a lot of more technical analysis. We can apply more strategies, and overall, it's good to have a full charting screens to work with, that it's made for charting and analysis. So good to have charts. Set it up, get a clean chart, save your template. You can go to template and save it, so you don't have to set it up every day, because this is another question I get every day. Can I do I have to do my indicators every day? No, you don't have to set them up every day. You just do it once. For example, if we do this, we can add a moving average, we can add a stochastic, for example, and then I can save this template and I can load it up on any asset that I want. I can go to template, save, and give it a name. Give it a name, for example, MAC, stochastic, and EMA, and then I can open another chart, USDJPY, for example, another asset or any asset. Then I can load that same template, so I can get the same settings, and that makes life a lot easier. So I get some questions here. I know I have one question. I'm trying to keep your questions in mind so I can answer them one by one. One of the questions was about expiries. We get that a lot. I can answer that right away before I forget. The thing about expiries is that you're going to look for previous data. This is something we teach both in the forum, and if you look through our community traders, the diaries, and even in the Skype group as well, we do teach about selecting expiries. I have made some videos about that. You look at previous history, you try to approximate how the previous, for example, breakout, how many minutes did it take, but you also have to select a target. There is no absolutely best expiry. I can't just tell you just because you're looking at the 5 you should always go 15. That's wrong. You need to look at where is your next target. If price, for example, breaks out and you jump in, where is your nearest target that you're gonna hit, for example, resistance or support. So that's why you need to keep that in mind as well. And then I get question about earning. I can tell you in percentage because nothing else would make any sense. It's best to put it in percentage. During a year, the best I've made so far during all these years of trading, about 3.5, I think, soon to be 4. The best year was about approximately between 30 to 50% growth per month. But again, that's not going to tell you much better. That you apply price action, you can look at the other students, see how they're doing when they turned over to price action, and don't have to take my word for it. I get another question, bots. Can you tell me what you mean about bots? Do you mean robots that trade alone on MetaTrader? I don't understand the question. Do you mean programmed robots that just enter trades? I can tell you what I think about robots in general. I don't use them. I will never use them, because you cannot be, because once you start learning price action, and some of my students who are in the chat, they can confirm that there are so many details to look for, and once you start seeing them and once you experience them, you're going to realize why you can't program that, why a robot cannot make that, because markets change and you have to use your skills, your mind, look at different time frames. I get another question if I'm explaining about robots in Forex or price action and naked charts. No, I got a question about robots, and I was saying what I think about robots, that they cannot be successful because if you use naked charts and price action, you're going to realize how many details there are that you have to look at, and that's how you're going to realize that you cannot just program a robot that's going to do all that for you. So once you start seeing that, oh, it's like 5-6 things to look for, or 10 things to see, or different time frames and market changes, and once you see that, you realize, oh, there is no way a robot's going to do that. There's no way a robot's going to adapt to the market that fast without having a team of traders who are changing it every minute, every day. That's how banks do it. They have lots of hundreds of programmers. They're tweaking their programs every day. So you're not going to find a cheap robot or even an expensive one that's going to make you a lot of money without any effort. So that's trading for you. You got to make an effort. Another question, how to become one of your students. You have to add us on Skype. It's the same name as here, Community Traders Live. Just look at one of the previous videos I uploaded about the Skype group. If you go to under our videos, search for Skype group, or just look at, I think it was 2 videos or 1 video before this. I talk about the Skype group and how to join, so you can check that out and join us there. I should mention it's a paid group, just a one-time fee for now. What's the theme? The next question from Mark: what is the theme of what you're going to be talking about in this webinar? The first objective of this webinar was to explain to beginners how to get started. So it was about if anyone joined just now, first thing you want to do, go to our website at binaryoptions.soc.com, go through school. You have to go through school. Okay, go through school. Up here, select school, it's free. Just go through it. It's a lot to take in, so while you're doing that, you can also watch our YouTube channel. Okay, watch the YouTube channel. I've made a lot of videos. You can try some of the strategies. You can go through the price action playlist. You can see how I trade, but you can also try some of the strategies until you learn the price action. And after that, before you select a broker, well, you should educate yourself. Then check out the brokers, see what other people say, go to the forum, join the forum. You can use our demo. We have a demo account here, so you don't have to pay for any demo account. Just get the quick tour here on how to use it, and you can select trade here. Go to our demo. Okay, go to our demo, try out what you have learned, see if it's working at all, if you understand at all. And in the meantime, as I said, you can watch some videos, go back to school until you finish. But also, most importantly, how I've seen most students master trading, or at least get better, is by creating a trading diary. Absolutely recommend that. I have actually a diary here for myself, for the group that I run here. So we upload stuff, we try to learn. You can look at other diaries. Some of them have won trade of the month prizes. Okay, so if you go through their diaries, you will see how they began, how they didn't know anything about trading and now they're taking trades. Most of them are mastering naked charting, which is something I advertise a lot. Naked charting is really great. I get a question about brokers from John. Which broker are you talking about? Most of the brokers we are trying to keep us updated. There are lots of brokers, so Bank the Trust, never heard of them, but you should join the forum and ask. You can create a thread. This is what's good about the forum. You can go to the brokers discussion, Binary Options brokers discussion. You can make a new thread if there isn't already one about the broker you're looking for, you can make a thread, information about Bank to Trust, and then ask your question, type about them, where did you find them, what do you know already, and ask for help. And we can put that on our list and do some research for you. So please do that. Go to Binary Options Brokers Discussions. You can do a search. Once you sign in, you can do a search here. Or you can already, you should sign in and do a search here, Bank to Trust, see if it's there. If it's not, probably not, go here, make a new thread, and we will try to look that up for you, okay? Thanks, John, for the question. I had another question. You learn to trade like hedge fund managers. I can tell you, I did work in a bank, but most of the trading I have learned on my own, actually. Most of the trading just based on watching naked charts. And using multi-time frame analyzers, using currency correlation, basically price action, anything that comes with it. And if you again look at my price action playlist, you will see a lot of techniques that I use. I use shapes, triangles, trend lines. I try to forecast, predict the market, and you'll see I have put up some videos about that where I have forecasted, and you can see how accurate price action can be, almost to the pip, most of the times to the pipet even, where you can figure out where it's heading, and that's going to help improve your trading a lot. And we do trade live daily with some of the students. So any other questions so far? I think I've answered most of your questions. Milo says use recommended brokers. Yeah, that's right. We try to use if I trade only binary options. From John, I get a question. The thing is, when you learn price action, you can do both Forex and binary options. It's not a problem. And I have students who learned these techniques from me, and they can do both. They can do Forex. Some of them trade Forex and binary options. Some only do binary options or only Forex. It's a little bit different because in Forex you don't have expiries. But the thing is, it's all about predicting targets, where it's heading, where is the next support resistance area, identifying breakouts. And once you do that, you're gonna realize that you can do Forex, you can scalp on Forex, you can do long term if you use higher time frames, or you can do binary options. I get another question about whether it's mostly binary options. Our focus is mostly binary options, yes. But again, once you learn the price action techniques, it's up to you how you use it. But we don't talk much about stop losses and such. In fact, I do some Forex myself, not as much as I do binary options, but I don't even use stop losses. I usually scalp intraday and just close the trade. So another question about Pinocchio strategy and how to use it properly. Okay, so here's the thing about strategies. As I said, I use price action and not just the strategy. So I recommend that you only use the strategy to get started, to learn more about charting, and then you can go towards price action, because you're going to see more details than just jumping in after a pin bar. And I have made a couple videos about Pinocchio strategy and pin bars. You can check that out, and you're going to see a lot of examples, which happens on a daily basis actually, that we talk about live during on a daily basis. You have, for example, here you can see you have a pin bar, but as you can see, price still moved up. A lot of times after a pin bar you have a retracement. So what you have to learn is to identify when is market saturated. Is it gonna stop, Where is it gonna stop? Is it still gonna keep going up or not? Draw a trend line, see if continuation has stopped or not. So it's not just about the pin bar, okay? So if you're gonna jump in after every pin bar, it's not a good idea. The time frame doesn't matter. Once you see price action, you're gonna see the same patterns on any time frame. Doesn't matter which time frame it is. You're gonna see the same triangle, same pin bars on any time frame. Doesn't matter what it is. The only thing that matters is the expiry, because you can do longer expiries on higher time frames, but you cannot do longer expiries on lower time frames. You can, however, do lower expiries on higher time frames. I hope I didn't confuse you on that one, but that is something that some traders don't understand. I said again, on higher time frames, okay, on higher time frames, let's say daily, you can do higher expiries. I mean, you must do, but you can also do shorter expiries. However, if you're just watching the 5-minute time frame, you cannot go with daily, weekly expiries, obviously, right? So you gotta go with shorter. But when it comes to price action itself, it doesn't really matter, because you're gonna see the same patterns on. Oftentimes, I see patterns on a daily chart that also show up on a 5-minute chart. My daily might look exactly the same as a 5-minute chart. In fact, we had that last week. I think it was on USD JPY. We had the same trend on the daily, and on the 5-minute they looked precisely the same. So again, time frames not that important once you learn what you're looking for. And I would say most of the time we are looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute time frame. But the best, most accurate lines and trend lines are on the higher time frame. So any other questions? I'm going to talk about indicators as well, or rather the problem with indicators. How many of you use indicators? How many here would say they're using at least one indicator? Or I'm going to ask like this, how many indicators do you guys use at the same time? Guys, how many indicators do you use? 1, 2, 3? Okay, so regarding indicators, before I answer that, I got a question about favorite patterns. Actually, I don't really look for the patterns themselves. I'm going to tell you why. Because if I'm focused on looking for a pattern, I might actually get myself confused. But what I do instead of looking for a pattern, I try to just connect lines on a couple of areas, and this is when I'm gonna see patterns and breakouts. So I try to see what can I connect. I got this one, and look, we got a breakout here, and it looks like now I see that, hey, maybe I have a channel here. So instead of trying to look for, okay, I want a triangle because I love triangles, and that's gonna get me confused, because then I'm gonna look for a triangle and I'm gonna miss something. But instead, I'm gonna just connect a few points. I'm gonna get better trades, and I'm gonna actually find patterns while doing that. Like in this case, I'm connecting this one, I'm connecting this area, and then I see the breakout. Then I see the breakout here, and you can see then you can connect more lines. You can see here the support became resistance here, right? The support here became resistance. And this is how we trade on a daily basis. But I could tell you that most recurring patterns are, for example, triangles, ascending, descending triangles, all sorts of triangles. For example, you're going to see triangles on any time frame. I'm going to show you, let's say, USD JPY here on the daily. You see here, this one trend line goes all the way, and that we had a breakout. So I wasn't looking for a triangle, but as you can see, we happen to have a triangle here. So going back to our question regarding indicators. So what is the problem about using indicators? Problem about indicators is that most people don't understand how to use them. They're either just jumping in on overbought and oversold areas, and they're trying to trade every overbought, every oversold. So, and also some people use too many indicators. One says overbought, the other says oversold, and it's going to make you confused. So what you want to do is to focus, clean your charts, and focus on the price action instead. And I get from John that the indicators lag. That's a problem. Yeah, exactly. They lag, or they're leading indicators. They're faster. And the thing about lag is that once you understand, for example, stochastic is based on, if you base it on the closed, it's lagging. But the thing is, after a while, you're going to see that, hey, if this candle closes here, this is going to get oversold. So you're going to be faster than the indicator. You're going to know that it's going to get oversold. And that's kind of funny when you can tell what the indicator is going to do before it does it. So the indicator is just basing its data from the candles. So it's better to focus on the candles. I'm not saying I don't use indicators. I use a couple myself. But the focus should be clean charts, use lines, and then look at the indicator the last thing you do, not that, oh, it's overbought, so maybe I should take a put. No, you should identify support, resistance, and like that. And what else? I think we could wrap it up. A lot of things I have already explained in price action in the price action playlist. I've explained support, resistance, trend line, but then there are a lot of other things that you must learn that I think personally every trader should learn, like picking entries and breaking up a trend, breaking up a chart on any time frame to see previous expiries. I know some of you have already showing you that in the community traders, in the diary, or in the Skype group, but for others who are new, these are techniques that most of you are not going to find on any other of these YouTube channels. Most of the people unfortunately want to sell you some robot or some holy grail strategy. Do not use those. Most of the time they're going to get you burned. And do not use martingale strategies. The outcome is negative. I've done a video on that as well. So get yourself a MetaTrader, get yourself clean charts, use a lot of time interpreting those. I have videos that help you. We have articles on binaryoptions.suck.com. We have good articles on price action and support, resistance, trend lines, on everything you need to know pretty much. I get a question about if I do webinars on price action. Most of the time I do that for only in private about price action. I have already put out a lot of information for free in my price action playlist. Sometimes I do share forecasts. You can learn from those. I do more advanced webinars as well from time to time, but most of the times are limited to my own group for the students, and we share and discuss trading opportunities as we monitor different assets. A lot of questions and new market conditions come up, and we use those as examples, and people can learn from those. So there's a lot of things to a lot of subjects in price action, and so far I think that anyone who's joined and learned price action, if they make an effort, it has improved their own trading. And a lot of these people, you can find them in the Community Traders members war room, in their diaries. You can ask them yourselves. So again, don't take my words for it. You can ask them yourself, or you don't even have to ask them. Just follow the diaries, look from the beginning to the end, look at the feedback they got, look what they learned and the technique they used, and you can see their accuracy is getting better and better. So good questions, guys. A lot of participations and good questions from you. Again, we do live trading and full price action education one-on-one and on a daily basis in group. So look at my other videos on the price action beginners group, Skype group, and you can get more info in that about how to join, and you can add me, ask me any questions on Skype, Community Traders Live, and also join the forum, create your own diary, go through school. I see you in the forum and we can help you, guide you more, okay? If you don't have any other questions, one final question if you have that, and then we can wrap this up. It's been a long and good webinar, a lot of good questions. Thanks for joining. It was only an introduction webinar, but I feel like we covered a little bit more advanced stuff than that, so it's good to see that people are having good questions, interacting here. So please follow us and subscribe for more videos. I will try to do more forecasts and naked charting videos for you, so you can take advantage while you're reading in the Binary Options That Sucks school. I got a final question. I'm gonna answer that about Fibonacci. I don't actually use Fibonacci. I just use the naked charting, just draw lines. I'm going to show you real quick my charts, how they look. I mean, usually I'm focusing on one or two lines, trying to figure out the price. For example, I removed my old lines, but for example here we had a breakout earlier today, which I shared with the group. Some people traded this. We have the target here. So as you can see, it's simple trading. Once you see it, it's simple, but when you don't see it, it's going to be very difficult where you place your lines, and this is why you need a good coach that can show you that. Sit down with you, and then you're going to see this every day, get exposed to it every day, trade with others, and keep a good diary, learn from that. So thanks for watching, guys. Give us a like, and see you in the forum. And for those of you who want to learn more, add me on Skype as well. Thanks again. Have a good day. Until the next webinar.